Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. In the last session, we looked at the word called karma. And I said to you, from karma comes two consequences. One is called punya, which means good. The other is called papa, which is bad, like punya and pap, right? The punya we'll look at for this session, and then the next session we'll look at papa. So you see, there is a continuous flow, right? I started with Om Tat Sat, then I go into Om. From Om, I went into karma. From karma, I'm coming into the consequences of karma, which is punya and papa. And then from there, I'll go into samsara. From samsara, I'll go to dharma. From dharma, I'll go to atma. So there is a connecting line that can take you from a state of complete ignorance to a state of complete knowledge. It is in your hands, right? So if you look at some of the words that relates to the word punya, it's like things like saintly or virtue or holy or sacred or pure or good or meritorious, the right word to use, meritorious, right? You beget the merits of your actions, and actions that accrue from thoughts, from words, from deeds, right? Karma. Now, or auspicious or just, And Krishna said this to Arjuna, if I remember correctly, in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 9. Krishna tells Arjuna what punya means, and he, distinguishes that with papa, right? And he says, right, to give you the interpretation, he says punya means that which is original and that which is not decomposed. That means that will take you from one stage to another stage, as long as the punya is unaffected, right? You can accrue punyas, but then subsequently you can accrue papas that will affect those punyas, right? So you can do your job very well, that your management rewards you with a vehicle. But then you can drive the vehicle in such a bad way and end up in hospital after an accident. And that's what I mean. Punyas, if unaffected, will continue to give you the pleasure. But once you accrue papa, the papa will result in pain. So punya equals pleasure, papa equals pain, right? Papa, at the next session, papa, pap, right? Now, from a Vedantic perspective, punya means invisible wealth. Wealth from a dharmic perspective, right? And of course, if you look at the purusharthas, you have dharma, artha, kama, moksha, right? So from a dharmic perspective, punya means that which has been accrued as a result of good thoughts, good words, good actions, meritoriously, right? Invisible wealth. So if you have 4 million pounds in the bank, that is not invisible, that is visible. But good actions, punya is invisible wealth that will go with you, or perhaps curtail that continuous cycle of birth and death, right? So remember, punya does not mean actions alone, right? You get punya from good thoughts. So always think good for others. You get punya from words. Speak. Swami says, right? You don't have to oblige, but you can speak obliging. So words, love all, serve all, hurt, never, help, ever. So punya from thoughts, punya from words, and punya from deeds. So how much punya you get on a daily basis? Down to you. Until I see you next time. Hari Om Tat Sat.